Hi guys, hugging around.
What's up, Minncon? How's everybody doing today?
How about this guy's a real theater, a real stage?
It's like a real deal,
I
man.
know. All weekend long we've been running around like ants. It's just like using all the space. Allow me to make this official. Minneapolis, Minnesota, and the surrounding counties, please, won't you welcome Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki.
I'm pretty sure I snapped my hamstring on that one.
I know I did.
I'm getting old.
I was doing the Michael Phelps warm-up.
I was around. If I was on the blocks next to him, and what the? I'm not racing that guy.
You're like, I'm going,
I love you.
Love you, Jensen!
Yes, you.
Yeah, hi, how are you? My people. It is great to be back. How about Jeffrey D. Morgan there, huh? Well, Papa Winchester. Finally get down to Atlanta and kill some zombies. Winchester style.
Sean Armstrong.
And I love you.
Whoa.
Take it easy.
I sense like a Brexit happening. It's like, I love you, Jensen. No, I love you, Jared. Scratch, claw, fight. We both love all of y'all, so just to be fair. Legitimately. Who's a first timer today? So far, so good? We like to say it's our wonderful, dysfunctional, and wonderfully dysfunctional family. So, we're happy to be a part of it, and happy that you are too.
How about these guys, huh? Good stuff. Hey, Jared, why don't you tell us about your bocce skills last night? How much money did you lose?
In pain to get the bocce court, or in losing to you guys? We really wanted to play bocce last night. We ended up at a Brits pub. And one of my dear friends, one of my groomsmen, actually lives here in town. We got together last night, and we walked over and we went upstairs, and I was like, there's a giant outside bocce court. But they were packed up, and we tried to name drop ourselves, name drop our friends. It was like, I know Jennifer Love Hewitt.
They're like, get out.
Like, we ended up having to bribe two guys.
Yeah, so we're standing there on the pitch, and we're talking to the person that's in charge of this.
Is it a pitch?
I don't know.
How do you believe that?
Because
You were like bocce sharking me last night.
I did. I totally hustled him last night. So they're like, oh, there's a waiting list of people to get on to the field and stuff. And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, we don't want to bump anybody off the list.
I did.
And then, but then there were these two guys over on one of the courts. They were just sitting there. They weren't even playing. And I'm like, well, these guys aren't playing. I'm like, hey, Jared, why don't you go over there and maybe see if you can't bribe those guys off and let us take their spot. That way we're not actually bumping somebody.
By Jared, we should go do this. He'd been like, hey, Jared, go walk over there and try and hang me some cash. And I was like, with them? Okay.
So,
in all fairness, I worked till 3 a.m.
So,
Vancouver time, so I was a little tired yesterday.
So Jared walks over, he's walking over to the thing, we're still back there, and he's talking to the guys, he's doing this, and then I see him go. And then the two guys gleefully skip away. And Jared just goes. And so, but here's where it took a turn. So we get on we start playing.
By the way, I think the first thought that occurred to me was like, yay, we get to play bocce. Instantly, the second thought occurred to me was like, I offered them too much because they didn't even negotiate. They were like, you're going to give us $100?
Have fun.
Play bocce? All right. And then one of the guys was like, well, how much was it? 150. And the other guy was like, no, 105. Like, don't scare them away. I want $100.
So they take off, and then we start playing. And about 15 minutes goes by, and the lady who's kind of in charge of it, she walks up and she's like, "Okay, guys, your hour's up." Like, what? Like, yeah, those guys only had it, and it changes every hour. I'm like, so he just paid for 15 minutes? Luckily, the next group on the list were no-shows, so we ended up getting to stay on and play for a little while.
Way too long. Turns out Jeffrey Dean and Jensen are little bocce Olympians.
Yep. It was the Oldens versus the Youngins last night, and the Oldens prevailed.
Yeah, rematch tonight. Without further ado, let's get to some questions. Let's start with my side.
Alright. First of all, I was just wondering if I could get a J squared hug. And then also, on the show, we had a supernatural convention through the books. And I'm just wondering now that you guys are actually having supernatural conventions out through the TV show, how you guys feel about that, now that it's evolved to this.
Well, the convention actually came before the TV show. I mean... Figure that one out. It's supernatural.
Is this one of your riddles?
Shush! Go. I love you. Go practice bocce or something.
Don't make him feel better. This is...
Let him falter and flounder. No, I mean, we did the convention episode, season 4, so we already started to learn kind of what conventions were all about. But I mean, for those who haven't joined us before today, we often say that supernatural, obviously these conventions wouldn't exist without supernatural, but supernatural wouldn't exist without these conventions. So it's a chance for us to kind of meet people face to face and see who made this show last for 12 seasons. So thank you guys. Thanks, man.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, if there was a movie made about your life, who would you cast to play yourself?
The guy who was climbing the Trump Tower. Meryl Streep. She could do it.
She did it again.
I joked, my agent texted me after I tweeted the picture of Bizarro Jarpat. And he was like, "That's not you, right?" And I was like, "No, it's not me. I'm in Vancouver." And I was like, the good news is, if they ever make a documentary about the guy who climbed the Trump Tower, I know I got a job. So, and then I saw it on CNN, and I was so happy. I was like, hee hee hee. I slammed over my trailer door, and I was like, everybody, come here! Jensen's in the trailer next door. He's like, what? Like Cliff and everybody is inside my trailer. I'm like, what? And so,
Sometimes they pick a photo of you where you're like,
oh, like doing the church lady or something. It's an awful photo. I took a picture. I'll tweet it. Yeah, it was a really horrific photo. It was like one of those ones where you're yawning or something. So it's a picture of the Trump Tower guy and me, like, I mean, super flattering. But yeah, at least I'll have a job. This is all done. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
So back in May, Jewel State was on that exact backstage, and she was asked about being on Supernatural, and she went on to tell a story about running into you guys at a restaurant. And she said she came in, but she didn't want to interrupt you guys, so she just went to her table. And then she said, you guys came over and were like, hello, did you not see us? So I'm just wondering if you could kind of tell us your side of that story. We were like, did she not see us? Why didn't she come over here? Just your side.
You know what's funny is that I think a lot of, it's so bizarre sometimes because you meet somebody, you work with them, you enjoy their work, but they don't feel, I think there's also like a mutual respect of entertainers and actors and musicians where, you know, if somebody's eating, you know you don't want to be interrupted while you're eating, and so they don't want to interrupt you, but you certainly want to say hi and give a big hug or something. And so I think she was just, you know, she's a professional. She's been around for a long time and done some great work for a long, long time. And so I think we kind of were like, you know, maybe she saw us, maybe she didn't. But if she didn't see us, let's go say hi. If she did see us and she was just being kind by not, like, as we're in the middle of a big bite of food, interrupting us, so we decided to go and say hi. But she's rad. I wish she'd come back.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Hi. A quick question first was within 48 hours of Red Meat, I watched it 4 times. I was so impressed that after 11 seasons you could put something of that quality out. Jensen broke me talking to Billy. But my question is, if you did a follow-up to Changing Channels now, what TV shows would you want to parody?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Any nondescript superhero because there's too many of them. What was it? It was like
Game of Thrones.
No, we were doing some photo shoot on the Flash set, as some of you might know. And also the Arrow set was right next door. They were saying it was a day of they said it's a day of superheroes, because it's also Legends of Tomorrow, too. So it's a day of superheroes and real heroes. I think Game of Thrones,
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Real Housewives of Sheboygan.
And the Olympic swimming trials. Strap on that Speedo and let's go swim.
It's on, Jerry. It's already on.
It's hydrodynamic.
Thank you.
Gilmore Girls.
They're actually parodying themselves right now. I won't stoop that low. I'm just kidding, Kim. I love you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. Oh, okay.
I know they're loud.
So what is your favorite part of being fathers?
Spinning in my chair.
Acting like children.
God. I agree. Jensen, ha ha. Does anybody out there have twins or?
Where are my twins out there?
Where are my twins?
Twins. Yeah.
Your parents
I was about to feel your parents' pain.
That is such a difficult question to answer. There's so many cool things. There's the classic where they say, "I love you, Daddy," but it's a really weird responsibility. But sometimes my favorite part right now, being a parent of 2, My favorite is when I see my kids like telling each other secrets and laughing and playing, and it's almost like, oh my God, they're 4 and 2, they're not ready to go out into the world. But Jen and I will be there with Tom and Shep, and they'll interact with us, and then they'll with each other go play together, or like be playing with toys together, or telling secrets, or laughing, or giggling, or wrestling, or something. I'm like, that's so cool. Like they're almost human beings. I guess but at first you're like, it's this little thing you don't want to break. And I'm a big guy, and I don't want to like break anything or mess them up. And then you see them play with each other, and you're like, you know what, they're going to be all right. So that's my favorite, is seeing them interact.
I had a moment the other day, I was carrying JJ. She fell asleep on the couch, and so I picked her up and I was carrying her upstairs to put her to bed, and she kind of stirred and kind of woke up in my arms as I was walking up the stairs. And she just looked up at me with like sleepy eyes. She goes, "You're so strong, Daddy." And I was like, that's a good moment. That was a good moment for me.
To a 3-year-old girl, you probably are really strong.
Speaking of this, total sidebar. Brad, our camera operator, he was doing the handheld to the fight scene the other day. And, it's got that top handle to the camera. So he picked it up, and he's holding it, and he goes like this. And he looked at it with 2 hands. I'm like, wait, Brad. Curl that. And literally it was like, he went. And I'm like, let me see that. And so I grabbed it, and I was just like, dude, you need to do a push-up.
Oh, Brad. I saw somebody this morning doing the Brad, doing the dance.
Oh, we love you, Brad. Hi.
Hi. My question is, if Mary hadn't died in the show, how different would the boys' lives have been? Like, would they have gone into hunting, or would that life have just always have found them?
Or if Mary had a little lamb. Whose fleece was white as snow. And then everywhere. And Mary reads, the lamb was sure to go. They probably have better manners. They probably have better hygiene. They probably wouldn't be hunters, I guess. So Sam would be a lawyer. Dean would be a stripper. A female stripper, if you would have done the operation. Armageddon?
Yeah, I think, and we'll learn this in season 12, that Mary really did try to protect her family from that world that she did know. So that's one of the big things that she's going to have to deal with now coming back and seeing her 2 sons are hunters and live in that life, because that was the life that she was trying so desperately to protect them from. So I think that if she hadn't died, then she probably would have succeeded in protecting her family from a life of hunting. That being said, I think it was inevitable that, because she's a hunter, and kind of once a hunter, always a hunter. So the life would have found her again, and would have ultimately found the family. So yeah, I think that eventually the sons would have had no choice.
Or they could have been farmers, and Mary could have had a living.
Don't start your question with a potential nursery rhyme. I'm just gonna put that out there, because numbnuts here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for the last 12 entertaining years. And in those 12 years, you've both worked with some really badass females. Some of them here, like Kim and Brianna and Ruth. And over the years, even though you killed off Charlie.
We did not. Talking monkeys, not writers.
What I wanted to ask is, of all the ones you've got to play with over the years, work with, which one did you enjoy working with the most and why?
Working with or playing with? I think playing with is obvious.
So,
I'm gonna go with the one who married me for him.
Which is the longest prank of all time. That's why we're married to me.
Is Brianna still backstage? She is? Brianna.
Brianna, I will say this about Brianna. Since A, we just saw her, and B, she's a top conversation. She came on as, we've done 244 episodes now because we're 3 into season 12. She was one of those people and one of those actresses that as soon as we did the first take of her first scene of her first day, he and I looked at each other and we were like, she's coming back. Winner. We knew instantly, and the donut stuff, and we were like, she's coming back, 100,000%. There are a few actors and actresses that have been on the show that as soon as they're on,
Felicia. Charlie was supposed to be a 1-episode character. They only wrote her for 1 episode, and Kim Rose, 1-episode story.
Jim.
All right, I think we get the picture.
Misha.
Okay. Now she was supposed to be on for a while. Anyway, I think it's a testament to their talent and their likability and the way that you guys receive them, which is why when people are, and I was one of the, I'm upset that they killed Charlie, but you never really down Supernatural, so
What are you trying to tell us?
How? Spoiler alert! No, just kidding. Or am I? No, I'm just kidding.
Who is that?
All day. They just do it all day. What was I saying? Yeah, so even though I was upset when they're like, oh, we're gonna kill Charlie, I'm like, no. You also have to remember that we got her for a lot longer than they had ever intended anyway. So I think that's the positive spin on it. But to pick a favorite, I think would be very difficult. I think there have been several that have really been great to partner with on the screen. Certainly the females that are here today and were here this weekend. His wife was a joy to work with. Apparently a joy to be with outside of the set too. I'll never forget it.
What's that supposed to
I'll
be?
never forget it. Jen's sitting there reading her book in her cast chair, and I look over, and what's Jared doing? Not kidding. I just walked by and I was like, yep, that's happening. She doesn't have a chance.
Poor girl. Lisa Berry. I mean, we've had so many.
Yeah, Lisa's fantastic. Elena. Ruth.
Shantana?
Yeah.
I think she might be back. Awesome.
There's so many. We've been very fortunate to have the talent come through our doors that we've had. It's been
We've had a lot of doors.
we've had a lot of doors. Yeah.
That's good.
So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Cheers. Hi.
Hey guys.
I'm wondering if you can tell us a Sam and Dean story that we
Sam.
haven't seen on screen yet.
Sanity.
Something from the past.
A little weather jacket. Sanity.
Jared went fishing and he caught himself a salmon, and he named it Dean. So he calls him Salmon Dean. And somehow the salmon is bow-legged. Even with no legs.
Both in.
Both end.
Sanity.
Okay. Tell me about marrying a sheep.
It's a lamb. It's a little lamb.
Right.
Face is white as snow. White.
So now wait a minute.
Not sludgy snow. Not like yellow snow.
What happened if Mary left?
The lamb was sure to go. After Mary.
So sorry.
She's insanity.
This is the story that you haven't, because they would never put this on television. It's true. Apologies.
Thank you. It's a good fish. It's a good fish. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Something my mother used to say, my sisters are actually twins. She said they were actually better well behaved because they entertained each other versus single children that had to entertain just their,
That's sweet of you to lie to him like that.
They are my older sisters and they're kind of a pain in the ass, just in a side note, so just saying. JJ will probably hate them, just.
Started out good.
On her side, I'm just saying. My question is actually if you guys happen to know or actually thought about it, when Chuck brought Kevin out or sent him to heaven or however you want to say it, I kind of assumed that Kevin was already gone. If it came out of the mail or what have you, where's Charlie?
Did you ever think about...
Because she died after him.
After he...
Sorry, Mr. Grimmett.
Are there any English teachers in the audience? Seriously? English teacher? Don't mess with your kids like you mess with him.
What's funny is my dad...
Or mess with he.
My dad, the accountant, was the grammar Nazi. My mom, the English teacher...
You have taken that baton and ran with it.
Run.
Well, you know more than me.
Do a sentence.
Secrets don't make friends.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll go, I'll say like, JJ and I.
Me.
No, JJ and I.
And me.
JJ and I.
And me.
And What about you?
I'll do it across the trailer. I'll be like, yeah, she went to the store with JJ and I. I'll be like, and me. Like, no, you weren't at the store.
I'll say, yeah, no, he certainly knows better than me. No, me. Not you, me. We're talking about me. Stop making everything about you!
My daughter didn't.
Whoa, Jesus. Take it easy. You're staring Jensen at me.
My daughter doesn't to my text, so I understand.
Gotcha.
Aren't you supposed to do your daughter's texts?
No, she does it to mine. She's in the stands in there.
Got it. What's up, daughter? I'm just pointing.
Wait,
What was the question?
what was the question? Where's Charlie?
Yes.
Yes.
Charlie is in purgatory helping Benny.
She's taking some serious ass. Thanks, darling.
All right.
Hi, Jerry Jensen. My name is Richard.
Hey, Richard.
I've been a fan since the beginning. Imagine my surprise when my hometown of Hibbing, Minnesota has been on 2 episodes. Graduated in 05 and you do not sound like that. That's more like the Canadian version.
Well, it's the Canadian playing the part, so...
My question is, have you guys ever actually been to Hibbing or anywhere on the Iron Range?
I'm not. I would love to. How far away is it from here?
3 hours.
Okay. There's probably not a big airport. You probably just fly in and drive.
No, actually, I live down here now, but
Okay.
it's a lot like the first episode of Hibbing, but not quite that bad.
I'd like
I don't
to.
believe you. I'll check it out myself.
One of my personal dreams or hopes, I don't call it a dream or a hope because it involves the show ending, but when the show has its true swan song, I would love to go visit some of these cities that we've had in these episodes. I'd love to visit the big wrestling. First things first, we gotta make it to Lawrence. I'm dying. Yeah, someone's dying. Someone got some death now. Yeah, thanks, brother. Thanks, Richard. Yeah. You're the first Richard I've ever met that I've enjoyed. How's it going, bro?
My first comment, I'm here with the two guys that I've been mentoring actually for the past 10 years. So they affectionately call me Bobby.
Nice.
So my
Are
question,
you all hunters? Yeah.
well, one of them's single, so he's on the hunt, ladies.
What do you say, man? You should like your odds right now.
I've been telling them that all weekend. Okay, my question is, being a mentor to, now they were young, now they're young men, did you guys have any role models or mentors in your early life that really helps propel you along in your life?
Yeah, what she said. I did, yeah. The obvious is my father. Another is my brother, believe it or not. And then I had a high school drama teacher, and a lot of the schools in our city, in our district, in our region, were doing very theatrical, like, here I am to enter. But he was very much, I don't want to call him a small-time director, but he was a bad stage director. Because he wasn't, if someone's sitting in the very top, he wasn't like, I need you to walk in and say, it's time for you to come. Like, it was all about, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Like, just sit there, listen, and react. And I think it really kind of formed my acting style, because I'm not a very showy actor. I was talking earlier, like, I don't like doing comedy, because I feel like I'm, like, da-da-da-da-da. So, I would rather feel it. I would rather take it and let it swim around in my psyche as Sam, and then react in kind. So I think he would be another mentor I had at a young age.
We're both very fortunate that our dads were very present in our lives, and so that I would say the mentorship from our fathers was probably the most influence. However, there were other folks along the way. One that comes to my mind was in junior high school. One of my coaches, Coach Minncon, and this guy was there was just a temperament about him. He taught lessons in a way that really stuck with me. He kind of looked and sounded and acted like Ed Harris, to kind of give you. So he was a firm and disciplinarian type of coach, but there was a love in his voice that was felt, and it was honest and earnest, and the way he taught lessons they were great, and they stuck with me to this day, and he was he just had a good influence, and that was those years in your life, in a young man's life, a 14, 15, 16-year-old, you're very impressionable, and I was glad that I had people like him, and there were a few others too in my life at that time. Yeah.
And one last comment. Jared, and I know you represent a lot of us in this, but over 30 years fighting the fight, always keep fighting, man.
Amen. Always keep fighting. Y'all are lucky fellas to have a cool mentor like that.
Hi, my question is, when you guys were filming with Matt Cohen and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, was there a prank ever done to you guys or to them?
I mean, there was one scene where Jeff, he'd been shooting like 12 hours on Grey's Anatomy, and then he got on a plane and took like an overnight and flew up to Vancouver, and then had a full 12-hour day straight. So he had like 24 hours of work with about 2 hours of sleep. And he was spent. He's probably told you the story. But the scene was the three of us in a room, and he had a ton of dialogue. And so they just started like posting his dialogue around the room on like cue cards and pieces of paper, anywhere we looked, the ceiling, anywhere. And so Jared and I just took to slapping the things on our foreheads, and like in the middle of the take, we'd just be like, maybe like 3 words, and then he'd move on and look over at Jared. Jared just be holding it in front of us, unannounced. He's looking for it on the wall, and he's like, "Where did it go?" Oh, Jared has it on his face.
Poor guy.
I know.
Pretty miserable.
But so yeah, doing anything more than that, pranking him would have just been unfair at that moment. But yeah, it's I know we kind of get the pranks kind of get talked about every now and again. There's not a whole lot of thought that goes into sabotaging somebody else's take. It just kind of happens organically with Misha.
What's the pie in the face?
Yeah, he was directing.
Yeah,
he wasn't acting.
Yeah, he was directing. I mean, that deserves a pie in the face. But a lot of it is just kind of, spur of the moment, kind of messing with people. And I'm sure we've done it to almost everybody that's walked through the door.
There are certain times, and me as an actor, there are certain people and characters that I kind of have to stay in a certain vibe with. And I think anytime Matt's been on the show, it's been so weird for Sam. I don't know about Matt, but it's been so weird for Sam that I'm not method by any means, but I'm not as silly as, say, with Jensen or Misha or something. Because for Sam to see his father as a young guy is really weird, so I kind of get to a headspace in the morning and kind of keep that headspace, It's not like, if you look at a basketball game or a football game or a baseball game and you see the people who aren't on the field or on the court, they're not playing Pokemon Go. They're still there. They're still watching. They're still staying in the moment. It's not like they're going and, reading a book or having a shower or watching a TV. They're kind of staying the game's on, you know, from the time they call action on the first scene of the day to the time they call that's a wrap at night. For certain instances and certain scenes, your character's in a weird place, you know. Like I was talking about Sacrifice, the beginning of season 8 where it was me and Mark Shepard. I mean, that was 3 long, miserable days of me in a bad headspace. But I felt like that's what I needed as a person to get Sam to there. Meanwhile, I love messing with Mark Shepard, but those days I didn't, you know. So there will be more. There will be something is in the works right now with somebody, and we're not going to tip it off yet, but that will be very exciting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, so I understand you guys have been a little involved with the Kings of Con show that Rob and Richard are doing. Could you tell us what it was like to work with them and what was it like to be guest stars?
I'll never do that again.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Bush League. Just.
Thank you. Next question. Awesome. You start out.
I will say, I was.
I'll watch your 6.
I was pleasantly surprised at the professionalism that was taking place at that.
Totally different than
set.
Supernatural.
Yes. Yeah, we showed up in the afternoon, and you know, it was just a well-run production, and it was fun for us because.
I just peed myself.
I will say that they, you know, it was fun watching them be so excited about what they were doing in that regard.
That's why we can't miss it.
I'm sweating.
Every water bottle Nate I drink, that's what happens to it.
It becomes a gun.
Seeing them do, in my opinion, one of the things that they do best is that kind of riffing, that comedy, that style of work and play. So for Jared and I to kind of get into that with them and to be able to participate, and not just in the green room or backstage, to actually do it and record it and make it about something. I really enjoyed it. I wish we could more.
There's something really cool, and I've experienced it now twice in the last 6 months. Once was on Gilmore Girls, the Netflix movie. It's awesome, I just watched it. The other was on Kings of Con. And that's being on a set that's not all about me. And you know what I mean? Like, I think it was so relieving for us to go like, listen, we're the guest stars. This is amazing. Like, we just, as opposed to being the people who need to like slam the ball, we just set it up, you know? And so it was nice to see Rob and Richard, who are both incredibly talented. I'll never say that in front of them. But incredible and smart and funny and talented and, you know, quick to wit. With great wit. It was nice to just sit there and kind of watch them as fellow actors, where the show was about them, not about us. Like, I could have done that all day and all night. It was also nice. I love being part of a set that subscribes to best idea wins. So there was no ego. It wasn't like Rich and Rob came in and like, hey, here's what you guys are gonna do and blah blah blah. And if we had an idea, they're like, no, don't like it. They were like, oh cool, that's awesome. Like, let's give it a shot. You know, if it doesn't work, great. But if it does, we don't have a lot of time for that on Supernatural because we have, you know, 8 days with however many pages to try and get it to post-production, to try and put on the air a month later. There it was like, hey, do you want to try another one? Do you want to try this? Do you want to try that? Do you want to do one like this or like that? It was kind of cool. It was very different where, you know, we're in the confines of we have to make this television show day in, day out, all eyes looking at us. It was nice to kind of like to be a fan of who I was working with. Not that I'm not a fan of Jensen, but usually the eyes are, usually the cameras are on us, you know? And when I say me, I mean us. Like the cameras are always on. You smell. That's all I got. It was great. It was great. I'd like to do it again.
Hey guys, what you talking about? That was just so
here's something, Jared. I don't see anything.
Thanks, brother.
Oh, hey. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Put him over where that came from.
I appreciate that.
Keep it up.
Yeah, you got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kings of Con. As you are.
All right, good. This will go towards our next bocce bribing. Donuts.
Thank you. Here to the left. It was a different Richard Rob we were talking about, but I'll take it. It's back out.
I just blew $20.
Are you just doing laps? Trying to stay warm? Stay in the pocket?
Yeah. Stay warm.
Stay warm. Yeah. Do we have time?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We just heard our name came
We're
out.
just fans.
Hello.
Hi. First of all, I love you both. And second of all, if you play any character on The Walking Dead, who would it be?
I would like to be a new character. I would like a brand new character who shows up and he's got a past we don't entirely know about, but he seems to be really good at what he does. He's got floppy hair. He's tall. His last name is Remington. Smith & Wesson.
You know who we'd like to play on Walking Dead? Sam and Dee Winchester. Yeah, we'd end that show real quick and we'd end Vampire Diaries. I can't think of a better reason to use a grenade launcher than a bunch of zombies.
I will say this, in the first 5 episodes of Supernatural Season 12, the grenade launcher makes an appearance. Finally. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello guys, my name is Marsha, and my question is for Jared. What was your first reaction? And there's a question about you, so relax.
That's too easy. Where are you from?
Ukraine. I told
Okay,
you.
yeah, she remembered.
Yeah, she told you in the photos.
She's a shadow right now. I don't see anything.
She's not. She's a person.
I
She's feelings.
only see movement.
I remember.
Look at Tyrannosaurus right now.
Thank you, Jason.
If you stay really still, I won't see you. Yes, I can see you there.
My question is, how did you find out, and what was your first reaction about the Echo Twins?
The Echo...
Twins.
The Echo's twins.
Oh, the Echo's twins!
No, the Echo 3s. The first reaction about the Echo 3s? Let me make something up real quick.
It's a very multi-layered question. So he and I and our wives are all very close. We see each other on a regular basis, whether we're shooting or not. And when I found out, I think my first instinct was to pour him a stiff drink and go I'm sorry, man. No, I couldn't be more thrilled for him.
He went into the kitchen where Jen was and said, "Hey, honey, did you hear the news?" The Eagles, yeah, they just caught up and passed us. And then he said, "Go to the bedroom."
I can't let it beat me.
So you have news?
I'm thrilled for him. The twins couldn't have better parents, and Tom and Michelle are going to have 2 new friends. So I'm happy for them. Yeah, very awesome. Very awesome.
We're really getting it. Yeah. I guess the last question's about you, not the person asking the question. Not your scat singing.
SBA family, say hi to Brooklyn. So, quickly, don't mess it up. What is your last question? You're not going to mess it up.
First, I wanted to thank you for all that you've done with the You're Not Alone campaign and everything, because that is very near and dear to my heart. My uncle suffered through that and unfortunately lost the battle. After that, I have a lot of troubles with that too. And I just want to thank you for everything that you're doing for everyone else. I wish that, I don't I wanted to ask something from my mom. This is actually my first Congrats convention, thanks to her. Back there in the crowd. We wanted to know if you would reenact the scream from season 4 in the locker room.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, St. Paul, the surrounding areas, we love you guys. Thank y'all so much.
There you go. Thank you guys.